1970s spacecraft built before the internet is now so distant its radio whispers take nearly a day to reach us. But recently, those whispers turned into a ghostly, garbled noise that left NASA engineers in a state of alarm. I remember the first time I thought about that silence. You send a command, then you wait, almost 2 full days, just to find out if the spacecraft even received it. Headlines called it a spooky mystery from 26 billion kilometers away, but the documented science of 2026 reveals a deeper truth. This is the real reason Voyager 1 just broke the rules of deep space communication. Voyager 1 is currently over 25 billion kilometers away, but the most staggering part is that by November 2026, it will officially become the first human-made object to be 1 full light day from Earth. A journey of light that takes 24 hours. At this distance, a command sent from Earth takes 23 hours to arrive. A reply takes another 23 hours to return. The mission team has learned to practice extreme patience. It is the silence between those transmissions that makes the sudden, mysterious signal so incredible. Against all odds, the ancient probe is still talking. On April 7, 2026, news broke that Voyager 1 was sending back ghostly and garbled signals. The stream of data made no sense, just a repeating random pattern of zeros and ones. This was not aliens. It was not a cover-up. It was a malfunction in the flight data subsystem, the probe's onboard computer, which is basically antique technology. That tiny computer, which has less processing power than a modern car key, is our only link to interstellar space. When it glitches, the silence is terrifying. When the FDS acted up, NASA engineers did what they always do. They diagnosed the issue by comparing it with Voyager 2 and sent a remote fix across 25 billion kilometers. To fully understand the mystery, you have to look at the bigger picture. In April 2026, NASA shut down another critical instrument just to keep the lights on. The low-energy charged particles experiment, shut down on April 17, 2026, had been running almost non-stop since launch in 1977. The spacecraft's nuclear batteries are producing less than half their original power. They lose about 4 watts every single year. With power margins razor-thin, engineers are picking which instruments live and which die to keep the fuel lines from freezing. On February 27, 2026, a sudden power drop triggered the onboard fault protection. The spacecraft started saving itself without waiting for Earth. In early 2026, while NASA was struggling, a group of amateur astronomers in the Netherlands did the unbelievable. They picked up Voyager 1 using a retired radio telescope. The signal was impossibly faint, just 10 to the power of -16 watts. That is the power of a modern watch crystal lowered by 20 billion times. Those amateurs proved the spacecraft is still transmitting strong enough to be heard by humans, not just by NASA. It gave engineers a massive morale boost. The most dramatic event of 2026 is coming this summer. NASA engineers are about to attempt a massive power swap. They call it the Big Bang of energy management. The idea is to swap out a group of powered devices all at once, to keep the probe warm enough to last another year. If it works, the spacecraft could stay alive into the late 2020s. If it fails, the silence will be permanent. But back to the ghostly signal. NASA confirmed it was purely a technical malfunction in the FDS, a single bit of memory corrupted by age and radiation. Once they isolated the corruption, they commanded Voyager 1 to switch back to its main transmitter. The garbled noise stopped. Real engineering, not alien magic. So why did the story blow up? Because a spacecraft 49 years old, built before the microchip revolution, is still teaching us how to survive in the void. Voyager 1 is currently speeding toward the constellation Ophiuchus at 38,000 miles per hour. It has no specific destination, only the great unknown. By the early 2030s, its power will finally run out. The thrusters will go silent. The radio will stop. It will become a ghost ship drifting for billions of years. But even in silence, it carries a message. The golden record, a map of Earth stored on a phonograph record for any future intelligence that might find it. Headlines love the word mysterious, but the truth is often more impressive than fiction. This was a glitch, but a glitch solved from 25 billion kilometers away. That is the real story, not spooky aliens, just human ingenuity, a piece of 1970s hardware, and the physics of the speed of light. Every time we fix a glitch, we learn how to keep our scouts alive longer. This data will be crucial for the interstellar probes of the future. Even with 1 year of life left, Voyager 1 is still the only robot reporting from interstellar space. It measures plasma and magnetic fields that nothing else can touch. The plasma density is increasing as it moves deeper. This tells scientists about the structure of the galaxy's bubble. As of 2026, it is the only spacecraft that can map the outer boundary of our solar system, our shield against cosmic radiation. Part 1. I find it strange to root for a robot launched before most of us were born. But when it speaks, you realize how small and precious this planet is. The Voyager team is aging. Many of the original engineers have retired or passed away. They are passing the mission to a younger generation. When the final signal drops, it won't be a crash. The power will just drain to zero. One last whisper and then nothing. The Great Filter and the Fermi Paradox often debate why we are silent. But Voyager shows that building a mystery signal is actually a sign of life. It means we are still trying. I want to hear from you. Do you think Voyager 1 will be found by someone billions of years from now? Or will it drift alone forever? Drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to Tomorrow's Science so you never miss the moment the signal goes dark or the next time it surprises us.